Hello everybody, welcome back to another video where today, as promised, we're showcasing the how to get fuel in the Galacticraft mod. So fuel is really important. Why is there so much lag? Fuel is really important in this mod since it allows you to fuel your vehicles, rockets, and all of that stuff that uses fuel. Obvious. But let's get straight into it. Make sure to subscribe and to leave a like. And also, while you're at it, just click the notification bell to get notified of every video I upload. So, over here, I got a chocolate bar. Yum. So over here, I got fluid pipes. These are the ways that you are going to transfer your fluids. So, let's get out the fluid. So one way is using the natural way, the fluid pipe. It looks like this, and it's crafted by 3 glass panes and 3 glass panes in a crafting table, and then there's a sealable fluid pipe that will be useful when you have an oxygen sealer, but that will be in the oxygen showcase or tutorial. So how to craft this is you use 1 fluid pipe with 2 tin wall blocks, and you craft 2 tin wall blocks by using stone or Kepler 22b stone and compressed tin, and you use compressed tin by getting tin ingots. And this is a storage for the fluids. How you craft it, just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 glass panes, sort of like this. And yeah, that's how this is storage and this is transfer. Now we got one way to make the fuel. First, this is the renewable way with the water entering in all of these to the gas liquefier. Now just put some water in here, and you would need to grab something called the wrench, the standard wrench. On how you craft this: compressed steel, compressed bronze, and compressed bronze. You basically use compressed tin and compressed copper in a compressor, and compressed steel is basically coal, and iron. So yeah, so you put water in here. And you can stack the fluid tanks, so you can literally have a super tall fluid tank and it will all connect. So it just flow into this pipe and go into here. Now, of course, there's no water because you have to right click on this fluid pipe, and now it will transfer water into here. Look, and now it will start making the oxygen and hydrogen. It will also make oxygen gas, so you can transfer from back here into a tank, or you could just put it into a compressor, an oxygen compressor, and just have it run into an oxygen compressor, and the compressor will have oxygen. And also another way to get oxygen, but I'm not too sure if you want to use that way. So, but the main thing here is for hydrogen to go into here. You need hydrogen to go into here, and all of these need like, how do you call it? You need batteries, or I mean that's the only thing you can have, because all of these are output and that's an input. So you need to have a battery to power these machines, because all this, they have no input other than the water inputs, so, or the fluid inputs. So you have to use a battery. Now you won't be in creative, you might be in creative, but highly doubted that you'll be in creative, so you would need to use the massive battery that holds about 500,000, because these things use a lot of energy. So it'll keep on producing hydrogen, and let's go into the methane synthesizer. And this is a water electrolyzer. Now how you craft a water electrolyzer. Use 2 heavy oxygen tanks, 1 oxygen vent, fluid manipulator, fluid pipe, compressed copper, compressed bronze, and compressed copper. And you make an oxygen vent by compressed tin, steel, tin, and tin. And of course you use. And yeah, that's how you use the water electrolyzer. Now, for the methane synthesizer, you need something called the fragmented carbon to go into this slot over here. And now it starts synthesizing, and it will start going to here, producing methane. And also you could put an atmospheric valve with tons of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere, or hydrogen gas. Yeah, so gas storage. It will start going down because it's synthesizing and going into here. Now this doesn't have it has a yellow tint for the texture, and this one produces fuel. Let me stop that. Now this will continue putting methane gas into here, and it will produce fuel. Now you could put an atmospheric valve. Let's see. Okay. Atmospheric. So here is the atmospheric valve. You can put it into here. Yeah, we need that to process. We need this to stop. So this one also needs batteries. And this one, by making fuel, you can automate it just by putting some water into here. This is the main component. But you can automate by going this. You can do this, but it won't work. So in others, like the refinery over here, you can put a output that will output the fuel into a tank like this. So it can have lots of tanks and fuel. So this one creates fuel, so you can just put a canister. Just put an empty canister. Lol. You can put an empty canister, and now it will fuel this canister. Now it turned into a partially filled canister because it's not all the way. Now, of course, you have to process it to start making stuff. Now it has no gas, so it can't process right now. Get back, skeleton. Now, of course, this one's not processing as well, so let's just stop this. Now this will turn blue from the oxygen inside. Is now just have a bug that it doesn't show the oxygen. Is oxygen visible inside of? Yeah, it is, but once it fills all the way, it's not even filled all the way, so you won't see that. So here, now you can put a atmospheric valve, and it will collect atmospheric gases compressed, and it will turn into liquid nitrogen and liquid oxygen. So you can put this, and you can put this here. Now a canister of liquid nitrogen. You can use this to freeze water. I'm not too sure how is that useful, but you can do that with a canister of liquid nitrogen. And with a liquid oxygen, well, it's oxygen, right? So I mean, you just have to put it in the like a compressor, and it will just fill up the compressor. I don't know what you do with liquid oxygen from here, but you still got liquid oxygen and liquid nitrogen. And let's just get out of here. Yes, these canisters can fill up to 1001. So how you make the whoopsie. So how you make the gas liquefier? You make it by using 2 medium oxygen tanks, 1 heavy oxygen tank, oxygen vent, medium oxygen tank, fluid pipe, fluid manipulator, oxygen decompressor, compressed bronze, and oxygen compressor. Very hard to create. You'd be better off creating those refineries better. And how you create the fluid manipulator. Meteoric iron ingot from raw meteoric iron. Ooh, this is a really hard, complicated. This is really hard. So now, advanced wafer, you use the circuit fabricator. Do 1 diamond, raw silicone, redstone repeater equals 1 advanced wafer. Super hard to create. You'd be better off with these refineries, which is exactly what I have here. Now there's 3 stages of refinery if you add the extra planets mod. Now this is in the regular, I'm not too sure what is this. This is in the Galacticraft core mod. So refinery, it uses 1200 power every second, so you better have a lot of solar panels ready, as in my last video, how to get power. You have to have a lot of solar panels if you want to power these things, and same with all of these, I think. So let's pick up the interface. So this one uses oil, so you need to find a naturally generating oil, or you could just cheat them with this just enough items mod, and you need to find enough oil to fill up this, and it will come into the refinery. The energy input is through the top. That's really weird. And the fuel input is the black circle, and the output is a yellow circle. So I could just stand a wrench. Now I'm going to put it in here, and as you can see, it will start. Ooh. And don't forget, these use a lot of oil, so you have to get a lot of oil for this to start running. And this one holds about 24,000 oil. Now it will start refining into fuel right here, and hopefully, yeah, there we go. And now you just need to click on the wrench, and that'll start producing fuel into this canister. That's how you automate this. Now you could use this conjunction with a Buildcraft mod, but it's completely possible with the regular Galacticraft core mod. So how you craft this? Oh wait, did I show you? I don't think so. It requires copper canisters, stone, any stone, just any stone. Could be Kepler 22b. I don't know why you need Kepler 22b stone. Up to you, but I'd rather get Minecraft stone. Compressed steel, a furnace, and compressed steel. And you make copper canister just by doing a U shape with the copper ingots. Now it'll start producing. You can turn it off. So as you can see, it's turned off. It has no smoke. Now, of course, you would need aluminum cables above the top here, so it will go with the aluminum cable smoke. So it looks really cool. It looks really cool. The texture looks really cool. The colors, just amazingly. And now you can just I need empty canisters. Oh, come on. I don't know where is the empty canisters. So that's just cool. Canisters. So there's also canisters right here. So now, if you were in survival, you would have picked up the fuel and put it into the empty canisters. But since I'm in creative, it will actually drain it. And I could just start refining, and I would have to refill this. And as you can see, it's slowly but surely going down. So yeah, it's now producing. Yellow is for the fuel and black is for the oil. Now for the second one. Now this one is the advanced refinery. Now how to craft this is 4 palladium ingots with the extra planets mod, 4 refineries. So this is really expensive, but it gets the job a lot quicker. So how you craft these? Oh, come on, man. I'm trying to show a tutorial here. I'm not trying to show you. So how you craft these palladium ingots? You get them from smelting Jupiter palladium ore. So I suppose you find this on Jupiter. So very expensive indeed. Now this works a lot faster, and of course the same inputs and outputs. So you just have to right click on this, get some fuel in here, get some oil, and of course these don't need batteries. You can put batteries in here, but I'd rather just use some solar panels to power these. And these use a ton of energy. This uses about 1,200 energy watts, whatever you call them, in a second. So you have to have a lot of solar panels. So you can click on stop refining, but it will start making fuel. So as you can see, the fuel is gradually growing while the oil tank is gradually decreasing, and I rather prefer to use the water over there because you can make an infinite water pool, while with oil you have to look for oil spills or oil tanks or whatever. So the ground might erupt an oil spill, kind of like it'll have oil all the way up in the sky and start spilling like a water fountain. And oil behaves like lava. It cannot make a infinite water pool, oil pool, just by doing this. As you can see. Now if I grab a empty, I can't grab a bucket. Well, so as you can see, I have an empty bucket here, and I right click on this source, and it'll start going to here. So it works like lava. You cannot make a infinite oil pool. If I know some of you would like to cheat the system by using this, but it will not work because it behaves just like lava. So even though it's more oily. So, and now let's go to the third one and the last one. So the ultimate refinery. This one is the last one. It works incredibly fast. You need like a lot of fluid tanks for this to work. Now you need a lot of oil, and also it can produce a lot of fuel. So this one is the recommended one. Now how to get this? You basically use zinc ingots and 4 advanced refineries, just like the advanced refinery. Except for the advanced refinery uses the basic refinery. And how to make zinc ingots? You basically find a Neptune zinc ore. So you can find this on Neptune. To find a zinc, you put it in a furnace, and then you get the zinc ingot. And I prefer to put it into an electric arc furnace, so you get 2 out of 1 ore. So pretty easy. Now let's see it working as I put some oil in. Now of course you have to right click this and right click this. Boom. And this works incredibly fast. It holds a 96 oils per second. So it has an incredibly large storage. So as you can see, it holds 96,000. And you can also put oil canisters here to fill this as well. But I prefer automating it just by right clicking with this. Now, oh, this is a lot of oil. So the advanced refinery only hold 48,000. Now this holds a lot more oil and also holds a lot more fuel. So this one is definitely the preferred one. Now it'll reach, it'll start slowly now. But be careful, the more you upgrade, the more you advance in these, the more oil you have to get, because these use a lot of oil. They use a lot of oil the higher you level up. I mean, there's only 3 levels, but there is a upside and there's a downside. You have to get a lot of oil because this uses super fast, the ultimate refinery. This one uses moderate speed, and this one uses just a super slow speed. But it produces super slow. It produces fuel super slow. This one produces fuel moderate speed, and this one produces fuel insanely fast. As you can see here, it's surely, and the fuel is surely growing over here. And you can just put a bucket and you can get some fuel, or you could rather put canisters instead. Canisters are better. So same with the top, you obviously just put a cable into here, into whatever solar panels. This uses also 1,200 energy per second. So that'll be the tutorial on how to get fuel. Now the next series and the next video I'll be doing is gonna be much later. But the next video I'm gonna be doing is how to get oxygen in the Galacticraft mod. So I hope you guys enjoy this tutorial. Make sure to subscribe and to leave a like for more tutorials like these quality content. And while you're at it, just click on the notification bell. I mean, to get notified of every tutorial. I mean, who doesn't like tutorials to learn how their gaming works? And also, the mods will be in the description below. And I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial, learned something, be happy, and peace out, people.